There's a picture that I stumbled across, and it's one of Time's 100 most influential images of all time. And it's the picture of this young girl. She's on her way from her village to a feeding center not far away. And she's so malnourished and she's moving so slow that this vulture is waiting to attack. So the young man that took this picture, I think there was probably something in his heart that he wanted to do good. He wasn't sure. So he captured this picture and he just waited, and then the vulture got closer. So he kind of shooed the vulture off, and then he walked away, and the vulture would come right back. And he was told, because of some of the sicknesses in the areas, don't touch anybody, don't do anything. And so he didn't. He did nothing. Because apparently the cost was too much. So he left. He went back. The New York Times published this photo in 1993. In 94, he won the Pulitzer Prize for this photo. 4 months after this, he chose to end his life. You see, every single one of us, we have a chance to be successful in life. And you know what? I hope you are. I really do. I hope you're successful. There's nothing wrong with being successful. But success is just about you. But significance is about other people. You see, that man that took that picture, he had success. That's one of the greatest honors a photographer could ever have. But obviously it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So what's going to be enough for you? You see, success is great. You can do a lot of things with it, but it's not going to be fulfilling. But when you have a life of significance that's focused on other people, that's focused on the Great Commission, that is focused on bringing the love of Jesus to hurting people around the world, you have a life of significance, and that will be fulfilling. That will be life-changing. It will be life-giving. And I believe one day you will hear, when you get to heaven, one day, good job. Good job. That boy. Well done, my good and faithful servant. You see, one day, I hope that happens to me. It's my biggest goal in life, is to stand on the line every day, all day, for hurting people, because I believe that's what Jesus has called us to do. And man, how cool would it be one day when we're standing before our Heavenly Father, who has given us a task. He has given us a goal. He has asked us to do something. To say, hey, Dad, I did everything I could for you. I gave everything I had for you. And for Him to give you a hug and say, hey, Timmy, I love you. I'm proud of you. I know you did. Guys, I want you to know that I'm proud of you for being here. I'm proud of you for taking a stand. I'm proud of you for living on the edge and living for Jesus. But I want to encourage you, don't let it stop now. Don't let it stop here. There's a world that needs you. There's a family that needs you. There are people that need you. And I believe in this room, for the next 50 years, you're going to be world changers. You're going to be continent changers. You're going to be nation changers. You're going to be family changers. I want to encourage people, young athletes that watch me, you can get on a knee for the right reasons, and it's okay. It doesn't matter what they say. But then when I'm here with 65,000 young people and I think about what you can accomplish and what God can do through you, if you're willing to just step out and say, you know what, I'm all in. I'm all in. It doesn't matter. I'm going to count the cost because it really doesn't matter. Because I'm going to be all in for Jesus. I'm going to be all in for the Great Commission. I'm going to be all in for hurting people around the world. But guys, you can never forget what God has done in your life, His faithfulness in your life. And you can never forget that sense of urgency, that it's not about your timeline, it's about their timeline. While you might have 30, 40, 50 years, they have days, minutes, moments. She had moments, but it wasn't worth it to go pick her up. It wasn't worth it to give her a hug. It wasn't worth it to tell her about the gospel. Yeah, I won a Pulitzer Prize, but what does it matter? What does it matter? It doesn't. And I think the greatest tragedy in life is we're going to look back one day and say, I was successful in things that don't matter. I want you to be successful, but more than anything, I want you to be significant. And when you live for Jesus and you love people, I believe you're going to have a life of significance.